looks like she's first on Facebook. Hi, Torrid, Denise, Darlene.
Do you think
Linda,
they're having a big
Janice.
4th of July celebration in Norway?
Do they have the 4th of July in Norway?
I don't know. Do they have the 4th of July in Norway?
I think they do. It's just not as significant as here.
You don't think it's as significant here as it is there?
Nope.
I mean, there as it is here?
Hi, Susan, Linda,
Are we on
Kimberly,
YouTube?
Joanne, Samantha.
Hello, YouTube. Happy
Yeah.
4th of July.
No one's watching that.
Hi, Catherine.
We are cooking out of Dining on a Dime cookbook today. Flour tortillas. Now, this is a special book. This is Dave's book. To the best son ever. Love, Mom.
What?
I autographed it for him.
You gave Dave a copy?
And you want to know what BJ
Did
says?
you give him a discount?
Yes. You don't want to know what BJ says?
What?
To the best son ever. Love, Mom. You want to know what Jack says?
What?
To the best son ever. Love, Mom.
Wait a minute,
Wow.
there can only be one.
No, in our family there can be 3 best sons ever.
There's 3.
No, there has to be uno.
Hello, everyone.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, if you can see me, and if you're ready to make homemade flour tortillas. That's not really a 4th of July food, is
Well,
it?
that's what I was telling you. But I said
Happy
maybe people would
4th of
want.
July, everyone.
Yes, look at the camera.
We should have at
Don't
least
tell them
had
yet.
flour tortillas with watermelon. Did you get some
I
watermelon?
did not. I walked by the watermelon today. I should have picked one up, I guess. I guess it doesn't do you any good if you don't pick it up.
Lots of likes. Oh, there's Jack. All right.
All
Mary Ann says, I
right.
love your apron, Tara. Robin says, happy birthday, America. 241, I think.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank
Okay.
you, Torrid. Torrid says,
So I know it's kind of weird making flour tortillas on the 4th of July, but I had planned to make homemade laundry soap and realized I had already made it. Thanks to my fact checker over here. You're wearing blue.
Yes?
I didn't have to put on blue. We could have been red, white, and blue then.
Yep.
It's 241 views.
241. Wow. Okay. Homemade flour tortillas. Page 97. Now that we have everyone on here. If you are new to our show, we do live shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30 Mountain. And if you don't want to watch the whole hour-long show, you do not have to. There are not YouTube police forcing you to watch the whole entire thing. All you have to do is watch the recipe and push stop.
Hey, you don't know their circumstance?
Did you know it's that simple?
I did not
You
know.
don't know their circumstance?
Huh?
You don't know their circumstance?
I don't know their circumstance. All right, so this is a super simple 5-ingredient recipe. Yeah, it is.
Oh, wait. Denise wants to know what does Elly's say in hers.
Ellie's saying hers what?
Her cookbook.
Huh? Oh, what does Elly say? Oh, Ellie's cookbook says, to the best daughter ever, love, Mom.
Ah.
So I did that one time. I was at a family reunion, and I gave 3 of my aunts my book, and I wrote in all of them to the best aunt ever. They compared notes. I thought that was pretty clever myself. Okay, so you got your flour and your salt. A nice liberal amount of salt. The world needs more salt, people. It does, believe me. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Of course
Joanne
you
says, I've
agree.
been cooking all day for tomorrow. Just made yummy brownies. Okay, so
Wow.
are we talking about tomorrow yet or not yet?
We have nothing to do tomorrow.
Because Linda asked, what are you guys doing?
We have no idea what we're doing. Okay, so mix all of the ingredients. Mix all of the dry ingredients. So mix the flour, salt, and baking soda together. Then we're going to add in our shortening. Oops, that was dumb. I got the wrong measuring cup. Hold on. Entertain them for 1 second, please.
Oh, actually, I should be doing the 1812 overture. Yes, we should maybe ask for suggestions.
Okay, so then you're going to add your shortening. And how you measure shortening, I forgot, I guess I need to show again, is I put 1.5 cups of water in here, and I'm going to add my shortening until it gets to 2 cups. Are we at 2 cups? And then I'll know I have a 1/2 cup of shortening. Isn't that brilliant?
Nope.
My mother taught me that. Aren't you impressed? Yes, my son.
You're not supposed to admit that.
Yes. Okay. We have a light burned out in the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
Jack has informed me.
Should we take the camera in there and show people how to change the light bulb?
And I have a headache.
Oh, you have a headache. Okay, so then you're gonna mix your shortening in just until it's crumbly, like the consistency of cornmeal or oatmeal. And if you're following along, this is in Dining on a Dime cookbook on page 97. Mike will put the link for you to order up there. And I was mistaken the other day. I found several more boxes of books. So we have enough to get us through until the new books get here.
We still haven't heard from them.
No. And guys, our new How to Save Money on Groceries e-course goes off sale today. Today is the last day. You can get it for 40% off. I am very sorry it is not in print. The only book we have in print is Dining on a Dime. We are self-published, and quite frankly, it's a pain in the rear to publish
Print
every
books?
single one of our books in print. It's just a pain.
Well, we were hoping to try a different thing at some point where Amazon does them and prints them right when you order them. But that won't work for the cookbook because they won't do spiral binding.
Yeah. So when is that on your to-do list? Where's that on your list?
I don't know.
Number 348 of today's to-do list.
Number 348 of today's list. Okay, and then you're going to add your water. Okay. And then you're just going to mix it all together, and you're going to knead it until it makes a nice fine dough. So you're going to knead it, approximately 5 minutes. I probably won't knead it that long. I have fibromyalgia and my hands cannot handle kneading it that long, so I just go until I can. So, can they see how I'm kneading this? I am kneading mine in the bowl to save an extra messy step. And yeah. So, what happened?
I'm just looking to see what people are saying.
What are they saying?
Andrea made she made crawfish enchiladas. That's like
Crawfish enchiladas. Now, if that is not a combination of cultures.
Well, I was going to tell her Texas and Louisiana.
Wow.
Katie Joe says Jack should stick his hand in cold water to take his headache away.
Jack? Oh, he's disappeared.
Melanie says happy 4th of July, guys. Love watching your live cooking shows. Need to watch you make a lasagna. We should write that down.
All right.
Dawn,
So, yeah.
Dawn wants to know, she says, love the flower arrangement on the sink. Are they real?
Yes, Michael got those for me because he's such a wonderful husband on Saturday. He just got them just because. Wasn't that nice? Okay, so you need this about 5 minutes. And then you're going to sit and let it rest for 30 minutes. Then you're going to make balls and let it rest for 45 minutes. Okay? Now, through the beauty of television, I have already had these resting for 45 minutes.
What?
I know. I'm just, just call me Julia. And we are going to roll these out. Now, they have tortilla presses and you can do all that, and that's fine. They work great. Go for it.
Did we have one once, didn't we?
We used to have one. Honestly, I haven't made homemade tortillas in probably 20 years. As soon as the kids started coming along, everything correlates with BJ.
We used to make homemade tortillas and homemade salsa out of our fresh produce.
Yes.
We used to eat them together. It was so awesome.
And it was delish. But we had children. And when you have children, who has time for homemade tortillas? But here's the deal, guys. These really don't take that long. You have to let them rest. But I mean, that took me, 5 minutes to whip it up? And now I'm going to cook it. And and Dave, can you lift up? You want an ungreased frying pan that is pretty warm, okay? So you want that to be pretty good and warm. Now, while that's waiting, I'm going to roll the rest of these out so that I can wash my hands and be done with all the stickiness. Okay, and you want them pretty thin. Now, to go with this, I am making green chili, which I'm going to throw together here real quick too, you guys can see, which is on page something or another in Dining on a Dime cookbook. I forgot to look it up. Can you grab the green chili recipe for them?
Yes.
I forgot to tell you I was doing that. I'm sorry.
Ooh, you're making green chili today?
Yes.
Ah.
Just for you.
Get the recipe off the
Website. Now this makes 8 tortillas about this size. Okay. Oops, I forgot to flour that one. There we go. And they are super delicious. I personally prefer homemade tortillas. Really, it's not the same getting them in the bag. It's just really not, but you know how that goes. Oops. Now this one is a tortilla in the shape of the state of Pac-Man. It looked like a state, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's not a state, that's Pac-Man. Okay, there you go. Let me rinse my hands here.
Dun, dun, dun. Was that a Christmas apron?
Shh.
Denise said, love the Christmas apron.
Don't tell anybody.
I didn't. She said it.
It's all I have for red, white, and blue.
You don't even have blue.
Red and white. Now, I was going to wear my England apron, but everyone
Sure.
wasn't quite sure if that would cause a lot of hostility with our friends over in the other
Across
side of
the
the
pond.
ocean. What do you think they're doing for the 4th of July in England tomorrow?
Probably working.
Probably working.
Do you remember what recipe this?
Page 97.
The recipe's on page 97.
Then you take your super hot pan and you plop your tortilla in here. Okay. Now, while that's cooking for just a few minutes, I'm going to cut up some chicken. Now, this is my pre-made chicken. We don't have leftovers. We pre-cook for the next day, right?
Yep.
Because heaven forbid you use the word leftover, everybody freaks out. Now, I'm not talking about if you medically can't eat leftovers. There are some people who medically can't eat leftovers, and technically I am one of them, actually. But for the majority of people, this is not a problem. It is a psychological problem. My nose is itching. I can't help it. It's not like I'm picking my nose. How many people are hollering at me for scratching my nose?
Nobody so far.
You're hollering at me?
No, I'm just trying to tell you so you can be aware before other people start hollering at you. Barb wants to know, is this what's for dinner?
So yes, this is what's for dinner. We're making green chili. We love it.
What type of flour is this that you're using for the
All-purpose.
flour tortillas? Okay.
Okay, flip it when it starts getting a little brown.
Tara, I'm going to share the recipe again that has the measurements in it for the tortillas. And we're making the green chili now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll share that one too. I just put that recipe in so you can see what the measurements are. And
Okay, so now I'm going to put a little water because my chicken stock is super, super condensed.
dun 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 Dave. Dun 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 dun.
So Brad has all these songs he keeps playing on Big Family Homestead. We need to find all these songs that he does.
I know where he's getting them from.
Well, where are we getting them from there?
And he says, when I lived in London, they didn't appreciate my suggestion for July 4th celebration.
Are they still hostile about that? Seriously?
Oh, probably not hostile, but just like.
Oh, they don't find
silly
our
Americans.
humor funny? Okay, so there you go. One. Yummy.
It's funny, that's what they say about us.
That we don't get their humor?
Yeah.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Paige says they're having chicken and dumplings. And Melanie says, I love leftovers. Chili and soup is better on the second day. Actually, it is.
Yes, it is. The flavors meld together. Meld together.
Wow, Danielle says she's not supposed to eat many leftovers
Yes.
because of a heart transplant.
Well, and there are some people who cannot medically eat leftovers. I think I have a histamine problem, and that's big in leftovers. So I'm not talking about those people, but...
Great.
What?
Denise says, my grandma always said if your nose itches, you're going to kiss a fool. Who are you going to be kissing?
Oh!
You're only supposed to kiss me, and we know that can't be me.
Oh! My seasoned salt, my homemade seasoned salt that you guys see me use in almost every show. Homemade chicken broth. I threw my chicken carcass in the crock pot overnight with some water and some onions.
Louise said that her nose used to itch when she got cranky.
That's funny. All right, so there we go. Okay, let me let this cook just a second more. And then I have dried jalapeno.
She also said her husband knew to look out. She'd scratch her nose.
So this is dried jalapeno. Just took jalapenos, threw them on the dehydrator, and ground them up. All right. Yum. Tortilla perfection.
Ooh, man, that smells good.
And then,
You can have some tortilla before the food is ready, right?
so you know the best way to eat a tortilla?
Well, the fresh
My
ones, I like
dad
just like
taught
that.
me this. I never say my dad taught me something, don't I? I think this is the first time I've ever said my dad taught me something.
On show.
He taught me to sprinkle it with, or to put butter and then sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar. That's my favorite way to eat it.
Let's see. Do you think the camera should be down the table? Or is
Well,
that
I'm
fine
just
like that?
lopping
Just
up
cutting
an onion.
Okay.
I mean, to keep your onions from making you cry, store them in the refrigerator. And, yeah. Then you won't cry. See, I'm not crying. See, I'm happy. See, are you leaving?
No.
Oh,
Hey, Diana was
you're just happy
asking,
that I'm not crying?
how much salt do you add to your chicken broth? She says mine always seems so plain. You just keep putting it in until it seems right.
Yeah, I just put it in until it tastes good. See,
But-
that's the problem. People just don't put enough salt in stuff.
But do you wait till afterwards?
I do put it in afterwards.
So
I put a
'Cause
little bit in before.
Doesn't it change as you cook?
Yeah, because you don't want to put too much in because as it condenses, you don't want to get it too salty. So I put just a light sprinkling, probably 1/4 teaspoon to start. And then I, woo!
Teresa,
got a little-
I just shared the recipe that you were asking about again. Oops. It looks like it didn't go. All right, hang on.
And then in the end, I just keep adding salt until it tastes good. The problem is if your stuff isn't tasting good, you need to add some salt. And that's it to the green chili. So we're all done with that. I know. Is this not crazy fast?
It smells delicious.
Then I'll just add some cornstarch and water at the end after it's simmered. And make it thick. You guys can go back and see my green chili video that I made. Like, I don't know, what, 3 weeks ago or something?
Do you want me to go look for it?
If you want. Mike can put a link there if you want.
Yeah, Tar makes really, really good green chili.
And see, that was super quick and fast.
You can pay me later for that.
I can. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you.
Hang on, I'm
Okay.
going to get the recipe.
Now, get that heat off. And
Wait,
there.
Is this the one?
Yes.
Oh. Wait, that's a different version. Oh, you did a short version?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could do the long version too, if you want.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So that is it. Do I?
So I'm sharing the video link for the homemade green chili.
Yes, my son that I love.
So bored.
So bored. Dad, he did not get enough computer time. I hope I got these cooked all the way. I had my heat a little high. You want them on medium high heat, and I had mine on heat, so I hope the insides aren't totally raw. If they're raw on the inside, don't tell anybody.
It's delicious.
Is it delicious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you take it away?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were being smart. It really is delicious. Okay. Can you hop down for just a minute?
What's
didn't
wrong with
think
me
it was-
being smart?
I didn't know that I was. Okay, Jack, hand me that shirt. Oh, yeah, you can bring that here. You can bring that here. Hand me that shirt on that chair there. I want you guys' opinion.
If you're on YouTube and you do not see the recipe, you can also look in the description.
On the
YouTube
back
is
chair.
not letting me paste the recipes too frequently.
YouTube, stop it. Yeah, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, guys. It really, really helps YouTube know that people like us, and then we share. Okay, so I discussed this, but I want to discuss again.
Tara, yes, it is all-purpose flour.
Okay, so I saw a question on there. Suburban Hillbilly, does Tara use many herbs and spices in her recipes? No.
I do. Well,
No, you don't.
I use a lot of the same few, I guess.
We use onion powder, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper are the four main that we use. Now, I will occasionally add paprika. Twice or 3 times a year use dill. Oregano once a year. Thyme once a year for spaghetti sauce or something. But no, I really don't. All I use is onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, because 95% of my recipes call for that. And that's what you use. You just use a lot of garlic powder.
I use garlic powder, fajita seasoning, onion powder, onions and fresh
Yeah, but
garlic.
that's what fajita seasoning is.
Two Family Homestead says, woohoo, 1 week from tonight, Living on a Dime will be our live stream guest.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you
I was
about
gonna
that.
say, thank you for letting me know, Cher.
I was just thinking today I need to put that on the calendar so I don't forget. So please go on our show and remind us that we're going to be on your show.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Did we ever say what we were... I don't think you ever said what we were talking about. So let me know what we're talking about so maybe I can think about it, like 30 seconds ahead of time.
So just for those that are joining us late, what is it we were making today?
We made homemade... Oh, you did eat it all! Homemade
You only gave me
flour
a
tortillas.
quarter of one.
Homemade flour tortillas. Now, I probably should have rolled these out just a little bit thinner, but they turned out pretty good.
Betty says, poor Jackie doesn't look good. He's being weaned off of too much computer time.
No.
After
I'm
Nan
just
was
really
here.
bored.
You're really bored?
Mm-hmm.
So tell
Yeah.
them what you did today. What did you do today? You jumped off the diving board.
Oh,
You went down the slide.
at the pool, yeah.
At the pool. Okay, so I have a controversial thing I want to talk about.
Sorry for those of you who've gotten kicked off on Facebook. It's been working okay over here. Although,
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if Jack wasn't
Why
feeling
so?
too well at the pool. He was
Butterfly.
kind of acting a little not
Paige
so
says
great.
your friend is not flying around the camera.
I know.
Why is there was that like a butterfly or something?
I think it was a regular fly.
So
No, but it like had big wings and...
Oh, maybe it was moth. I don't know.
Louise wants to know if the kids will eat this.
Probably not.
They'll eat the tortillas. The green chili, they'll eat it. But
They usually pick out the chicken out of
if
the green
there's a
chili.
little extra something in the green chili, then I don't like green food.
Yeah, Melanie, I don't
like
do
it.
mine over cold water, but that's a great way to do them if you don't store them in the fridge. I just store mine in the fridge, then I don't have to worry about it.
Mom, I already ate.
How long is the chicken broth good for? 3 to 5 days, somewhere around there, or you can freeze it. So, did any of you guys see my video on Saturday? I want more opinions. So, LL Bean. So, I'm always getting criticized for buying clothes at the thrift store. Now, I don't listen to those people. I know they're nuts. And buying quality doesn't matter. I know that. But I just wanted to prove that it didn't matter. So I have a question. I paid $30 for this shirt. Right here, $30.
When you say 50 years, people are going to go, what?
Well, I was just saying that's how long he used it. I didn't say that's how long this should last. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you like my apron. So here's my question. I think if you're going to pay $30 for a quality t-shirt or polo shirt, it should last a while. Now, I bought a green one and a red one. The red one started having this problem 1.5 years after I bought it. This one started having problems about 6 months ago. And I've had it about 3.5 to 4 years, somewhere around there. And this is one of Mike's favorites, or it was. And this is not on the seam. This is torn. This is not a seam pull. This is the fabric tearing off the seam. So we've got that. And then over here, we've got a hole starting, not on the seam where the fabric is just worn. And here you can see on this one, it's doing the same thing. This is not a seam tear. This is just the material. See the material? And I could probably sew it, but it might look a little dorky since I'm not a very good seamstress.
Joanne says, suck it up, it's an old shirt, mend it or ditch it.
Well, just tell me what you think. Well, that's what I was trying to decide.
Well, I don't think it's reasonable to expect it, if I'm wearing it regularly, to expect it to last 5 or 10 years, do you think?
Well, I would think so. I would think 5 or 10 years. The first one, the one that I bought with it only lasted 1.5 years, and I should have returned that. But I kept wanting to do a video on it, and I never got it done. And so it makes me mad I didn't return it now. But, well, hello, Birdie. Thanks for watching us. I don't know. It's from LL Bean, and they guarantee everything. I would just think it should last more than 4 years. I can go to Walmart and buy the same shirt and it lasts 4 years. So how am I buying quality? That's not quality to me. I can wash the same shirt at Walmart for the same amount of time. So I don't know. What's everybody's 2 cents? We already got one. I'm afraid. Maybe I shouldn't be asking.
When you said that Grandpa used to wear shirts for 50 years, I thought, well, yeah, but...
Well, yeah. So, like, my dad's, both
was it just a
my
plain white
grandparents.
shirt?
Huh?
Was it just a plain white shirt?
No,
it's hard
like-
to imagine washing it over and over. Of course, they didn't use washing machines. But, well, yeah, I guess
Yeah, they did.
years ago. Never mind.
Well, like, mom's dad and my dad's dad, both, I know they had some shirts my entire life. And Grandpa Tatum's got some in there that are...
So Louise said it looks like it's been cut.
It hasn't.
I thought it was real clean, but it's not real clean.
No, it's not.
Patty,
See, look.
Patty wants to know,
See?
was it made in the States?
I don't know. That's a good question. See, and it's not the seam. The seam didn't come apart.
No.
It's
Oh.
just worn.
So Denise says, isn't there a lifetime replacement policy on LL Bean?
Yeah, they do have a lifetime replacement policy, but I don't want to take advantage of it either. I mean, it's clothes.
Well, if it's
Eventually they're going to
lifetime,
run.
if they say lifetime, I would do it.
Made in Thailand, so that explains it.
Well,
Wait,
pretty
so
much
you
all
can-
clothes are made in Asia now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wait, so you can basically just buy it at LL Bean, and then 10 years later, when it completely wears out, then you can just.
You
get
should
a
be
new
able to
shirt.
wear it your whole life.
Melanie says contact them and they might replace it.
My
Joanne says I would send them an email with a picture, and I bet they'd send you new ones.
Because really, the color has actually stayed a lot better than I thought it had.
Your mom says she's worn things from Walmart for 10 years.
Yeah. You know, my little zip-up shirt?
And Karen says 18 years. She has shirts that last 18 years.
Yeah. And like my grandpa's, I know, and my grandma's have worn the same shirts over and over and over again. My grandpa was a farmer and he always had the same shirt on.
Yeah.
Now, it was threadbare after 40 years, but he still kept going and wearing it. It wasn't shredding.
Lots of people say return it. Nancy says I live in Maine, not far from LLB, and they have a lifetime return.
So when I posted the video the other day, it was split half and half. My expectations are too high was half of them. And I did ask if my expectations were too high. They weren't being snitty. I'm just, because I said, am I just expecting too much for paying $30 for a shirt? I mean, I'll go to the thrift store and pay $3 for it and have it last 5 or 6 years. You've had polos from the thrift store that were 5 or 6 years old.
I know. Well, usually you buy the fancy polos from the thrift store.
I do. Usually
That's why when you said you paid $30 for that, I thought, what?
Well, I just did it for an experiment because everybody kept telling me quality lasts longer. Because usually I just get mine at the thrift store.
Kathleen says it's Mike's fault. Look at those guns.
Oh, honey.
Oh,
That's what made me fall in love with you.
Well, yeah,
That's
Denise says
so
the color
nice.
looks like it's brand new. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, and John gave us the phone number for LLB. And you should
And-
call him live. Hey, we're live on the air right now, and I'm just calling to ask you about your return.
I should tell them we're live. Oh my goodness, who thinks I should call them live? Let's see, does anybody think I should call them live?
Well,
Give me a thumbs up. They're probably closed. It's 5 o'clock Eastern
On the
now.
day before the 4th of July, you
they're
can't
closed, yeah.
we have to give them a break for being
Yeah, can't
for
expect them
being
to
off
work.
on 4th of July or 3rd of
What?
almost 4th of July.
Ellie thinks my expectations are too high.
Well, I've never seen a shirt last more than a couple of years.
She's,
But that's just how I've grown up, so.
Plus, Phoenix is asking, do you have a front-loading washing machine?
I do. Yes. This has only been washed in a front-loading washing machine. And I don't hang my clothes out on the clothesline. I do put them in the dryer. So I understand that is harder. But my grandma, Dad's mom, always put her clothes in the dryer. She never hung her clothes out. She was really happy to have a dryer because she was a country girl who wanted to live in the city. And she used every single convenience she
She
could.
also went through the Dust Bowl, so she wasn't about
Yeah.
to. So Stacy said, my rule is 5 years with weekly washing for a quality name brand item. Susan says, I figure you wore it 140, 150 times and $30 is a good deal. Well, it's true, but if they do have a lifetime guarantee,
They do.
I would do it. It's like that shovel that we bought that broke after 15 years and said lifetime guarantee. We sent it back.
Now that shovel,
And then we had to do it twice, though, didn't we?
3 times I had to replace my lifetime guarantee shovel with Smith & Hawkins, and I won't buy anything from them again. I worked at their store for, 2 months?
Yeah.
Oh man, don't get me started on that job. I won't buy anything from Smith & Hawkins anymore. You want to know what they did? Okay, sorry.
Talk about the recycling.
This really hacks me off. So, Smith & Hawkins is this really high-end gardening place. Same type of thing. Buy quality and it lasts your lifetime. Okay. So I spent $50 on a shovel. Now I did work there and I got like a 30% discount or something like that. So I got it for less. But I knew as a gardener that I was going to be using a shovel every single day for years. So while I was working at the store, they had this policy where you could bring in your cardboard flats that you got your plants on and recycle them. And they would bring them back and recycle them. So after the second or third day, I was like, what are you guys doing? How are you recycling these cardboard flats? I said, do I just go ahead and put them in this stack over here to give to the next customer or what? They said, oh no. They said, we just throw them away because customers don't want dirty flats to put their plants in, so we just throw them away. I was like, you are flat out lying to your customers.
Now, of course, to their defense, that was 20 years ago, so they may have changed
I
since
know,
then.
but I won't shop there anymore. So
Wait, what?
Actually,
after that, I was
really,
done.
the very large majority of people are saying return it. That's why they cost more, so they can pay for the warranty. Well, the truth is, they also know that almost nobody's going to ever claim that warranty.
Wait. Quill T 56 says it says they're open until 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. And Suburban Hillbilly says, I dare you in all caps.
Should I call him?
Do it! Come on.
I think if you do it now, you're going to be on the phone for the next half an hour.
Who cares? Let's do it.
We
No,
should.
he
What we
thinks I
should.
should call
What we
him.
should do is we
Okay.
should do the
Views.
rest of the show, and then we should do a live separate thing to call them in case it takes an hour and a half. Nobody's waiting on that.
Let's
Oh.
cut the show quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Candy said I'd probably be on hold the entire show. Yeah, that's probably true.
Live stream the phone call.
Yeah, Dora, I have never had shirts do this with Mike, and I had two. I had a red one and a green one, and they both did this. Both of them.
Philosophy Phoenix asked a question about the tortillas. She asked if you did that in a nonstick pan, and can you cook them in a stainless steel pan?
Yeah, you could. These have a lot of fat in them, as you saw, so stainless steel would probably be fine.
Cool. Do you
Yeah.
wanna see more of the comments? or no?
Sure, go ahead.
Let me just see if there's anything we missed.
So anyway, I wasn't sure on this while Mike's looking at the comments.
Oh, Laura asked about the contacts. So I wore them yesterday for like 10 hours, and then my eyes were just burning after that. So I was going to put them in the afternoon today, but I worked later.
Okay, here she is. Here's
At the
Elly's.
library than I thought.
Show everyone.
Ellie's got hers in. What do you think?
Are you liking them?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Now she's thinking they're pretty good. See, I told you to. Now, will you listen to your mother?
Oh,
I did.
do it, do it. Wait, home says do it, do it. Oldest Dirt wants to know will you need the original sales receipt.
I don't know, but I think I have it.
Well, but since it says LL Bean printed on the shirt, I would
know.
assume they would know it's
Well,
theirs.
because people are buying them at thrift stores and they're returning them. I did see that that's a problem with them.
Oh, Kay Roma says
But-
she's looking at LL Bean's site. Someone did a review June 14th, 2015, saying the double L polo ripped at banded short sleeve seams. The person said there were numerous complaints of the same thing. So maybe there's a recall.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
call
probably
him.
a safety recall. I shouldn't even be wearing that shirt. Would they freak out if you call them and said, is there a safety recall on this shirt? They'd be like,
So I should show them how I talk to these people on the phone because I'm actually very nice. I know I get a little, intense in person. Ellie's like, yeah, that's an understatement, Mom. I
Elly-
can see that look.
I have the phone number.
Marlene says hi, and she says you're adorable.
Oh, thanks, Marlene.
And she says tell her about the quality control job. I don't know what that is. Did
Quality control
did you hear
job?
about
I did
that?
not see that, no.
Oh,
Says
have to be. I look back there.
the phone number is 888
Everyone thinks I should call.
615.
You're gonna spend like
9975. You can just hang up if they go too long.
I think I should call him.
Do it.
I think I should call him. What do you think?
We need,
Okay,
Up to you.
but I don't.
He says you could choke yourself. Like, what if I put my head through that hole? It got wrapped around my neck.
it just call
If
them
it was a
and keep it
child
on
safety
speaker.
seat, it would have been recalled 5 years ago. It would have been recalled before they made it if it was a child seat.
You want the phone number?
Uh-oh, everyone's saying do it on Facebook.
Okay, what's the phone number?
888
Marlene says go back.
615
Mm-hmm.
9975.
You should put it on speaker.
Everyone be quiet.
That sure might be dangerous.
Be quiet.
Thank you for calling LL Bean at Park Meadows in Lone Tree, Colorado. For store hours and directions, please press 1. For employment opportunities, press 2. To hear about current
Hey,
product
Elly.
demonstrations or for all other questions, please press 3 and one of our store representatives will help you. To repeat this menu, press 9.
Susie is wondering if it's the washing
Okay,
machine.
so that's the store. Call.
Oh, here's a number that John gave us.
Oh.
Okay,
Kate
hold
posted
on.
a number too, but I don't think I got it.
Yeah, that's the store. Yeah, I searched up L.
Did you go to llbean.com? What do they have for a number?
Sin says exciting show.
Oh, I don't know. Should I do this?
Dad quickly changed the title. calling LL Bean.
Okay, let's see.
Hi, you're live on the Living on a Dime show. We're calling to find out.
Found it.
We'll see if this is it. Oh man, I'm so nervous.
You go, girl.
Welcome to LL Bean. My name is Sandy. How may I help you?
Hi, my name is Tara Kellum, and I will say right now that I am live on Facebook because I was talking to some of my viewers about one of your shirts, and I was just curious. I bought this shirt about 4 years ago. It's a polo shirt, and it's ripping, not like at the seams, but it's just ripped like it's kind of worn on the arms. And I'm wondering if that is returnable that long ago. If I bought it that long ago.
You can return it. Let's see.
I bought 2 shirts together at the same time, and the first one started ripping after just about 18 months. But the second one, because I was wanting to do a video review on it, I just never got around to it. Now the second one is really ripping. And so I thought, well, I would just call and see if I could exchange them.
Yes, you can. Do you know, you can mail it in for a mail order exchange, or you can do a quick exchange where I have to charge you today, then you're refunded when we get the other shirts back.
Okay, so I could just put them in an envelope and mail them back? And say I want an exchange, because I really like the shirts, but so an exchange would be perfectly fine with me. So I just put them in an envelope and return them and just say that I want an exchange?
Yes.
With my information?
You need your name, address, and telephone number.
Oh, well that is great. Thank you so much. I will do that.
You're welcome.
Happy 4th of July, Sandy.
Have a good day.
Have a good 4th of July. Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was easy. Okay, so now everyone knows. Kathy says you go, Tara.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Melanie
Money
says
on
knew
LL
it.
Bean shirts.
Melanie says knew it. Although
So you guys should buy LL
Although
Bean
Eileen's
shirts.
going to have words with you because you didn't slap your hand on the counter when you were talking. Although she was extra
She was nice.
cooperative and nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't. Now I'll tell you, I do get a little upset when they start thinking around.
Oh, Sharon said we should have told him to send all of viewers a shirt.
No,
You have
but
10,000 shirts.
no, but I am gonna send LL Bean this video and tell them thank you. So thank you, LL Bean. I appreciate it. They will be in the mail on Wednesday.
So Jan says I knew they would be good for her. Louise, awesome. Denise, yes, lifetime guarantee. Paige, you go, girl.
Well, the thing is, if the first one wouldn't have started shredding after a year and a half, I should have just returned it. But I kept wanting to do a video on it. We never got around to it because I was thinking this should have lasted longer. But now that I know that several people had the same problem, I don't feel so bad. Yes!
Yay.
Woohoo! Okay.
Susie says when you get a promise like that, always get their name. Sandy.
Was that her name?
Yes.
Sandy? Okay. See, Mike's good at getting her name.
I always
her
say
name.
that too because Tara will say, oh, I
never
talked to the
remember.
person at such and so place and they told me, and I said, what was their name? I don't know. Like, well then,
I'm sorry. That's what my new notebook from Jamie is for.
they'll just
So
say,
I'll go write it down in my new notebook
because some
from
places
Jamie.
like, well, I don't think you really talk to anybody at our company.
Woo! Woo!
Share
Yes.
Two Family
That
Homestead
made
says,
me
sure wish LG would have done that with his piece of junk washer. Oh yeah,
Oh.
don't even get us started on LG.
Don't get me started on appliances. I am so mad. So we spent the weekend replacing our water filter, water valve.
The water valve on our refrigerator on the back because the water thingy on the front was only going at about a third power. And it was actually easier than we thought, but it didn't fix the ice maker, which has never worked since we've had this. It's a Kenmore refrigerator freezer, but it's made by LG.
And I think the washer and dryer are starting to get towards the end of their life.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
Amy said LL Bean was being very nice. Yes, they were very
Yes,
nice.
they were very nice.
Definitely.
I am impressed.
That's
Thank
like-
you,
I don't know
LL
if
Bean.
we've had that kind of an experience I mean, we've had people say, yeah, you can send it back, but it's never been that easy.
I have not. And thank you. That makes me want to buy more clothes from them. I will say, when I bought these, I kept getting their catalog, and if I had unlimited money, I would go through and buy all of their flannel shirts, all their t-shirts, all their polos. I just love their clothes. I really, really do. But I just don't have the cash to spend that much, but...
Jamie was worried about you letting them know they're being recorded. Like, well, it was nice for her to say that, but you don't actually have to.
No, you don't have to.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
but we would, just because we don't want to...
Well, I just didn't want her to say something she would regret.
Yeah. Don't give us your social security number. We're live on Facebook.
Yeah. So
Marlene says most appliances last only 10 years now.
they're
Well,
not
you know,
even lasting that long.
When we bought this house, it had all Kenmore, and we had to replace everything. And
3 refrigerators,
3 dishwashers,
3
a
dishwashers,
stove, and 2
3 microwaves. This is the 3rd microwave. 3 microwaves.
This one's not Kenmore now. We hopefully learned from our mistake.
And 2 stoves.
Yeah.
I will never buy Kenmore again, ever.
Betty
not
says
your
send back the
grandpa's
fridge.
I know, I wish I could.
Rebecca says yes, Levi's have always done this too. Phenomenal companies. I didn't know that about Levi's.
I didn't either.
Sharon says call LG. Get the phone number.
Hi, you're live with
Call
livingonadime.com, and we want to know why you make such cruddy appliances.
Well,
I wouldn't do that to the poor telemarketing or the poor telephone person, because I know it's not their fault. But
you'd ask for the manager first.
yeah. I would like the CEO of the company. You are live right now. If you could please patch me through to him.
You're getting lots of likes and loves and ahas.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was intense. Now
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Valerie says this is what living on a dime is all about.
Oh,
Yay.
man. Now I'm sick.
Yeah, actually, now that we're on this topic, so in the fridge, we did fix what broke while we've had it, but we still, the water thing, but we still think the ice maker has never been working right since we've had it, and we're not really sure on that. But interestingly, the fridge, we could have called somebody in and spent $250 to have them fix what we fixed, but bought a part for $30 on the internet, and it was easy. It was easy to fix. And
Thankfully.
back in the days when we were really desperately short of cash and we wouldn't spend any money on anything, we bought a house that had a sprinkler system, and one of the sprinklers failed. And I was thinking, I don't have a few $100s to have somebody come fix this. And I just happened to discover, I thought, I should look and see how much the part is. So I went on the internet, and it was like $10. So I had to just dig it up and unscrew the old sprinkler and put a new one on, and it worked great. And I thought, so a lot of stuff isn't really not that hard to change. On the fridge, I expected it would be, but it was actually really easy. Mm-hmm. The hardest part was cleaning up everything under the fridge.
Oh, man, it looked like 50-somethings had died back there. They hadn't, but what happened was I spilled tomato juice under there. I spilled grape juice. We spilled who knows how many things of water under there.
Tortillas is so much fun.
And so I hadn't cleaned it, and then we had drywall dust that got all over everything and cat hair, and so I was like, ugh, yuck, getting rid of it. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Let's see. Ramona says that's how I help you fix my cell phone, YouTube video, and parts online. Yes, although I don't know as much. Some things on the phones are really easy. Some aren't. But what I discovered is so many things the things that break are super easy.
Yeah.
Like back in the days of VHS players, of course, only half our audience is
Okay,
old
does
enough to
anybody
remember.
know what a VHS
Only half
player
our
is?
audience is old enough to remember. But on the VHS machines, I worked at a television station, and we would always have to take the lids off of all of our tape machines and clean them. And one day I thought, well, this is a tape machine. It's just a consumer one. So I took the lid off, and there was like a piece of a toy stuck in there. Well, then Jill's every couple of years would break down, and I would take it out. There would be like a little piece of videotape that got stuck in there, or a little piece of something. And so I thought there was nothing you could possibly fix on this because it's all on a circuit board. But in reality, every time it was something easy. So
Uh-oh, Tracy says don't buy Elite products either. You know, we should do a show.
Is that Is that Elite a Kenmore? 'Cause
I don't know.
Ours says Kenmore Elite.
Maybe. We should do a show on cruddy products to avoid and send it to all those companies. We should. Goodbye. Have fun. Hashtag parkouring.
Goodbye.
Patricia says, I've had my Kenmore washer and dryer for 15 years now and only a small part replaced. Sorry if you had issues.
Wait, I think I just crashed it by accident.
Oh, dear.
Dave thinks he crashed the show. What did you do?
Can anybody see
I
us?
accidentally hit command Q. I meant to close the tab.
Or hear us?
Wait, I think it's still going.
Can you hear us or see us?
No, Joycaster will
Would you like me to sing a song while we're doing this? Oh, say,
Look at the comments and see. I
can
think we're still
you
on, Dave.
see
Oh, yeah, we are.
It doesn't cancel it until
by
you can
the
close it.
dawn's early
Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys.
light.
Dave
We're
was
still there.
flipping out about nothing.
So,
Oh, I had a party line when I moved. Even I had a party line to family when I moved to the mountains 25 years ago. And they switched it just as I was moving there. Like the month after I moved in, they switched it.
Share It to Family says, Tara, start a collaboration.
That's a great idea. Stop cruddy products now.
Oh, just before we thought we had crashed, David accidentally clicked something and he thought he broke down the show, but he didn't. But somebody had said, I forgot who it was, about having Kenmore product that lasted 15 years. Well, what we noticed is Kenmore used to have amazing stuff, but then I think Sears got more into selling financing and credit plans and not so much the actual stuff anymore, and that seems to be where it went down. Because this house had all Kenmore appliances and everything broke down.
Because every person that I've talked to, they all say they have Kenmore appliances that are like 15 years or older. None of them are within the last 5-10 years.
Ramona says Estate is a good brand. I don't know what that is. I've
never heard of that. I would pay $2,000 for a refrigerator if it would last me 20 years. I really would. I am so sick of buying refrigerators that don't work. And toasters, oh. Do we want to tell them about the
Jonathan
toasters?
said he was sanding when you were singing that. Denise says, true American, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan was wait a minute, is that the Jonathan that was talking about the multi-level marketing the other day? Okay. Yeah, Jonathan was talking about multi-level marketing on his YouTube channel. You can put your channel on there, Jonathan. What is it, Florida Singularity? He was talking about multi-level marketing. I would love to sell Thrive freeze-dried food. I really would. I love the stuff. I think it's great. But
Mike said he didn't think it was a good idea.
every time we do a multi-level marketing thing, it backfires on us. And I don't know. When we try to sell other products that aren't our own, we just do not do well. I don't know. I would really like to, because I'm into that kind of stuff. Mom dehydrates our food. Freeze-dried. Oh, man, they had the best freeze-dried peaches, but
Andrea says you mentioned a party line. When I was growing up, you could call this number, and there were many people on the same line. My older brother and sister pretended to be the real down-the-bayou Cajun people. Basically pranked me each night. So the younger people wouldn't remember the days when we used to have to, well, we wouldn't have to, but we could call the phone number to get the time and temperature.
yeah. Oh, I remember that. I used to do that.
Yeah. You just call this number, and all it ever did was say, the time is such and so, and the temperature is whatever.
I remember that. Oh, so listen to this.
And there was a weather channel like that, or a weather phone number like that too.
Melanie says her husband's uncle owns a used washer and dryer shop. They work on everything like that. Believe me, Kenmore is the most return item of all appliances. GE and Whirlpool are the best.
I heard that, which is why we ended up getting a GE microwave to replace the Kenmore. And
I don't know.
If we ever need a new fridge or freezer, we'll have to get a Whirlpool, I think. Is that one a Whirlpool that we have? The full freezer in the garage?
Yeah, but we bought it 14 years ago, so
Yeah.
Our stove
do
is a
not buy
Whirlpool, too.
LG.
Oh, okay. So this isn't really a complaint about it. It's not a complaint about a product's quality, but so Tara and I are wondering, for those of you who are old enough to remember, isn't it weird that when we were kids, you have to turn on the TV and wait for it to warm up for a minute or two before you could watch your show, and it would be like a little dot on the screen, and it would grow right up to the... Mm-hmm. And then in the 80s, we got these TVs that you'd push the button and poof, it was instantly on.
They actually turned on.
But now that they have computerized TVs, you push the button and you have to wait for it to boot. And I'm thinking,
Isn't
we're
that
going back in time. We had these instant on TVs, and now you have to wait.
I keep saying we're going back in technology and not forward. I really do, because like cell phones, you would think you're going forward. Today, BJ called me while I was in Walmart. Oh, guess who I ran into after Walmart? But I'll tell you, BJ called me when I was in Walmart. I couldn't hear a word he was saying. And I'm like, we're supposed to be going forward, but guess what? Elly and I were driving home from Walmart, and we were getting ready to drive by Sue's, our viewer in England. Her son lives 2 miles, 3 miles down the road from us. And we were driving by, and I thought, I wonder if we're going to see Sue. And guess who was pulling out of the driveway? I was so happy. So I honked the horn, I slammed on the brakes, turned into their driveway. And I was like, Sue, you're here! So, except she said she sent me an email and I never got it. So we need to check my spam filter.
Okay. Louise is wondering if they can see the end result with the green chili on the tortilla.
Yes, I will do that right now for you guys. So I got to see Sue today. I was so happy. And I think we're going to try and get Sue and Jamie and us together, maybe, and see if we can.
So Ramona says the state is Whirlpool. Melody says you can still call and they tell you the time and the weather.
Oh, seriously? I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm just pouring a little bit of cornstarch in some water. This is actually way too much water, but that's all right.
Joanne said, I even remember our first color TV. Guess I'm old. I don't know. I remember our first color TV.
I remember ours. Yeah, we had a black and white TV forever. and it was like this big.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we had a really small family room because... Okay, so I put my water and my cornstarch. I use cornstarch. You can use flour if you want, but I'm gluten-free. So if I want to eat it.
Oh,
So then I'm stirring it in and letting it cook for just a minute and get thickened, and then I will serve it. Dave, can you hand me a plate?
While you're stirring it, Stephanie was wondering what is this dough that you were...
So I made homemade tortillas today. And you roll the dough and let them sit for just a few minutes. I won't eat this.
Jonathan said thank you.
You're welcome.
What is that?
I don't know. Jonathan thinks we do good with Thrive, and I think we would, but I don't know. I agree with Mike. Every time we do the multi-level marketing, it just...
Well, we don't do it because it's
Backfires.
multi-level. We just do it because somebody says, hey, this is a good product, you should try. But when we recommend them, because they are multi-level, they're more expensive, and our people don't want them more expensive.
Oh, man, your wife is a good cook.
I just reshared the green chili recipe, and I'm resharing the tortilla recipe now.
Now it's all thickened.
What is that?
We should call some company live every time.
We
It
should!
could work out pretty well. We should call T-Mobile live.
Oh, man. Yeah, but it took you, what, 2 hours to
It took
get
me
a person?
4 hours, and I talked to 8 different people before I finally told them, that's it!
T-Mobile is horrible. Actually, I think we should do a show on that.
Marlene said you must use Verizon. I was kind of wondering about Verizon because I've heard it's really good.
BJ. Oops, I'm sorry, Jack. Are you okay?
What is that?
There. Green chili.
It's your mom.
Okay, so there's what the green chili looks like. Super yummy. What I do is I try to get most of the chicken or pork. You can use chicken or pork first.
Well, Andrea gave us a number we can call for the time info. It's a 202 area code. I wonder.
Oh, huh. Okay, so now
DC?
fold it over.
Yeah,
And,
that's DC.
ow, I'm burning my hands. And then I put a little bit of the chicken and the juice on top. Dave, can you hand me the cheese?
Oh my, Turid says I still have my first freezer. I bought it in 1989, and at that time it was 8 years old.
Yeah, but see, back then they made products that actually worked. You know?
Your mom says it was the 90s before you guys got a color TV.
Yeah, no, is there any sprinkle cheese?
No.
There's no sprinkle cheese?
It's like
Yeah,
less than a
thank you.
cup.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, it had to be 1990. I think it was the year I graduated high school.
So Joanne said, so you can't eat those tortillas?
No,
and
I
do
use-
you ever make them gluten-free?
I do corn And you probably could do them gluten-free. I never thought about it, actually. I just...
Sharon says she still has the same husband from 1980.
Oh.
And you haven't had to claim on the warranty or anything.
She's wondering if there's an extended warranty. Okay, here we
Jonathan
go.
said we should have telephone Mondays.
We should.
That fork is too huge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you don't like the...
Is
Is that not delicious? Ah!
Man, if you guys haven't had this green chili, it is
It's
amazing.
disgusting.
This is my #1 favorite recipe
it's
for
easy.
main dish.
It's really easy.
Wait, what's
still
for
have it.
dinner?
Green chili.
By the way, I
Nothing,
did
not
already
eating.
eat.
Huh? Yeah. Is your car? You have a flat tire.
Take mine. Phyllis says we have an antique TV. Our son said, "Dad, you need to update." My husband said it still works.
Keep it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Although TVs, once that whole switching to digital thing really kind of sabotaged TVs, because TVs that weren't dead all got thrown away.
So Jennifer says I still have the same hairstyle from 1993, but my color's a bit more gray. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should keep coloring my hair. You want me to, don't you? So you'll look younger. Because
Sure.
if I'm all
Do you have-
gray,
Do you
that's
want
a
to call
problem.
that time and temperature number? Andrea said it's the U.S. Naval Observatory's number.
what? Seriously?
Yep. Oh, Andrea says we own our phones from the UK and are using Cricket now and liking the prices. See, we've been using Walmart's Straight Talk, which works pretty well here. We switched to a different company for a little while, but they weren't really working very well in a lot of places. And then when we paid extra to be able to use it in Europe, and when we got there, it wasn't working, and they just ate the money. So, and actually, I was going to fight about that, and I realized the amount of money, it wasn't worth me getting stressed over it. So,
Yeah.
R1 Acre, has anyone had to rely on a coat hanger with aluminum foil for a TV antenna?
Yes.
Oh, for those of you who are too young, we also had these antennas that you'd have to kind of point them, and you'd have to move it all around, and you know whose job that was? That was the kids' job. And not only that, Jack, did you know, when we were kids, the only remote control on the TV was the kids.
It was called our finger.
It was our finger.
We had to push a button to change the channel.
So if Dad wanted to turn the TV up,
Turn
he
a
would say,
button.
Jack, go turn it up.
Aren't you glad we got remotes? And you're not
And the kids had
remote?
to sleep. The kids had to sit on the floor and watch TV.
Yep.
Why?
Because there wasn't enough. People didn't have lots of couches and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Share Two Family Homestead said, my oldest graduated in 91. I'm older than dirt. I graduated college in 91.
So, Two Family ever say what we're talking about on Monday? Next Monday?
I didn't see it so far.
Oh, okay. What?
Wow. Yeah, let's see. Actually, somebody had mentioned they're talking about phone services and stuff. I was actually looking at Verizon for a hotspot because we had a hotspot and we were trying to broadcast when we were in Minnesota, and that's when I ended up spending all this time with T-Mobile, and they were just. When I finally had it, and I sent them a message saying, "That's it, I'm done. I can't believe your company is so terrible," and I tweeted them that because I heard on Twitter you get results. So their Twitter team got back with me, and they
Like
were
in
doing
30 seconds.
They did the same thing though. Like they got back to me right away, but then as soon as I responded, then they kind of blew me off. And then I would say, "Oh, I can't believe this," and then they would get back to me right away again, and then they blow me off again. So, but because we like to keep a hotspot around so that if we wanted to broadcast from somewhere, we can.
Like if we go camping, or not camping, if we go up to the mountains. So we have nothing to do tomorrow. We forgot to talk about that, and our time's up, isn't it?
Wait, Andrea said, we're so fortunate to be living witnesses to such evolving technology, and that's true. And Katie says, I remember only having to call 4 digits. You know, that wasn't, when I grew up in Austin, it wasn't that way, but in Estes Park, it was that way.
Mm-hmm.
That
Springfield,
yeah.
It used to be that way.
Hmm?
Yeah. Oh,
That's okay.
Susie said she's making our Italian chicken. Yay!
So, if we don't have anyone to do anything with on the 4th of July, what should we do?
We need to get more
Jack
friends.
wants to go to fireworks, and we used to go to fireworks in the town where Jamie lives.
Now we're gonna go.
But at that time, we could just drive over there 15 minutes beforehand and park in the parking lot of this shopping center and just walk over there and go back when it was over, and everybody was leaving at the same time, but still we'd go back there and it would take us 5 minutes to get out of there. But last year, the police in that town and the fire department
They're being
barricaded all
stupid.
exits to that shopping center and redirected all the cars all around one way.
You had to go miles
And
out
it-
of your way.
And then they made us go miles out of our way in the wrong direction, and it
People were
took
so mad.
2.5 hours to get out of there. So now nobody wants to go in the family except Jack. So
Maybe we could put a lawn chair on the roof.
so we're not sure what we're gonna do. Our meat doesn't have fireworks, do they?
Uh-uh.
On 4th. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
So
can we just sit
I
on
don't
the
know.
roof and watch all the meat fireworks?
Janet says we only had 2 channels. I was the remote and rabbit ear adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 until something finally happened and we were able to get the PBS station, and then we got 4. So, and we'd have to watch like the last few minutes of some soap opera before we could watch Gilligan's Island after we got home from school. Our kids were like, "What?"
They don't even know what are there even soap operas still on? I don't know.
Yeah, there
Are
are.
there? We're a soap
I
opera.
don't know who watches them. Yeah. So, any suggestions on what we should do? Everybody's gonna say have barbecue or something, probably.
Let's just have a barbecue with Sue and her folks.
Yeah, Lisa. Oh, Lisa says the antennas were called rabbit ears, and for
Yeah.
those of you who do not remember them, I mean it's because they were like 2 like this, and you would.
Jamie says
Not only would you have to turn them, but you'd also have to put one down and one up and try different kinds of things.
Are you guys going, Jamie?
Jack can come with us.
I don't think we could see him from Jamie's house. No.
What if you said
Well, it's funny because I was at the library
no.
thinking, Sharon says we should go to Taco Bell
Go to Taco
for the
Bell.
4th. Yeah. Tanya says we're just grilling out and watching fireworks on TV.
I want to go to the mountains, but everybody and their dog's going to the mountains tomorrow, so
We love to go to the mountains for things like this, but Estes Park has these fireworks, and it's cool watching them there. But once or twice, we drove down, and it was like a 5-hour drive.
yeah.
What's normally a 30-minute drive, because everyone had gone up there and was driving back down afterwards.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So, Ramona says find a location you can see a bunch of different ones at once.
Actually, we can at the end of the street down there on County Lane Road.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I don't know.
Oh, actually, that's true. Louise says looks like Jack's not going to be too well to go anywhere.
I don't
He's
know.
not looking too good.
He was having a little bit of an issue swimming today, so I was wondering if he was starting to not feel good.
Denise was talking about the test pattern. That's another thing. If you're not
yeah.
as old as a lot of us, you might not know that they would run the test pattern all night long. And if you watch TV till close to midnight, at
Then
midnight,
they would play, "Oh, say can you see?"
Anyway, they would play the national anthem just before the end, and then they'd go to the test pattern. And then in the morning, you're waiting to watch cartoons, and there's just a test pattern.
Yep.
That is, if you were like these and you get up at 5 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning, you'd have to wait until 6 o'clock when they
It was-
started broadcasting.
So it was hilarious. Actually, can you sit on the chair for just a minute? It was hilarious. We cut the cable when Dave was a babe with Little, and so one day Dave comes in and he says, he was like, what, 5? And he said, "Watch, Mom and Dad, I can do my yoga table pose." And we were like, what in the world? And he flips back and he's in this table position for yoga something or another. And we're like, where did you learn that? He said, Priscilla's yoga stretches.
Oh, that's true. Oh, should I tell the rest of that story? So I worked for PBS at the time, and during the pledge drives, we would have sometimes morning pledge drives, and they would be at 6 in the morning. And since I was the director, I would have to show up like an hour before everyone else. So I'd be walking around, and they always had these TVs on in the station so that that person who was in charge of master control could make sure that the station was still on the air. And so I would come in at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and I'd open the door, and I'd go in there, and I'd hear, and stretch, and hold, and bend. And it was Priscilla's yoga stretches, but it was kind of creepy walking into a dark TV station at that time in the morning and having nothing but in the darkness just hearing, and stretch, and hold, feel the stretch. And it turned out that Dave, when he was like 3, was watching it while I was at the station.
Here we never knew he was watching it because he got up like at 5 o'clock in the morning and yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Barbecue. Denise says General Hospital for me. Yeah. And Days of Our Lives. Are those still on?
I don't know,
Angela
I
wants
guess
to know if
not.
we're going to grill. I was wondering. I thought maybe I should try to grill and see what happens. You could document the potential disaster.
I almost bought ribs today. I love ribs, but Mike doesn't like ribs. So.
Mary Beth says, I love gray hair, but because I'm blonde, it's not going to happen for me. And somebody else, I forgot who it was, said, been dyeing her hair since, I don't know, a long time ago. And she said, I'm not going to.
I tried letting mine go gray like 4 years ago. And I looked like a striped skunk because I had gray and black, and then I had brown, and then I had blonde because my ends always get really light. And Mike was thinking I looked strange.
I wonder where Jennifer lives. Jennifer says, we live near you guys, and they have them tonight at Vista Ridge in Erie. You can park on County Line Road and watch from your car if you don't want to go onto the golf course.
Oh, tonight?
We should go down there.
We should go look and see.
It's funny because Firestone is where we usually go, and I was thinking...
My grandparents live in Erie.
Yeah, so we could go down there. But if we went to Firestone, I was thinking we should park on the road so that we don't have to get out of the parking lot.
Oh, Brandy says the cars have been flooding into Estes Park. It's awful. I know. It's almost gotten to the point where you can't even go up there anymore. It's pretty sad. I used to live downtown behind the water wheel. Oh, it was bad. I can't imagine what it's like now.
And there was one year, was it before or after we were married? Was it the year before we were married or the year after where we watched them from the cowpoke?
What's that?
The year after we were married.
So what is the name of that?
No, the year before we were married.
I forgot what that thing is called, that big building where the cowpoke was.
The courtyard shops.
Yeah, so I used to work in the courtyard shops on the very top. So it had a big view of the whole city. And one day I was working on the 4th of July and we had just closed, and then Tara and I watched the fireworks.
I walked up there while he was closing and we watched them for...
It was nice because since we lived by the water wheel, after it was over, we just had to walk downstairs and go 3 blocks to our house.
It was kind of weird though because, well, no, you had to drive home that night because we weren't married then.
I thought you said it was after we were married.
No, it was before because we weren't there after we were married.
There were other times I would walk there.
Yeah, because I remember because it took you like 4 hours to get home.
Oh, that's when I didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I used to walk home from there every day.
Yeah.
Once we were married.
But what was I gonna say? It wasn't really that great because we were on top and the fireworks were at eye level, and so they weren't quite as impressive. So.
Ramona, it can't be that bad. Ramona says my hair is gray like the Bride of Frankenstein. I don't know.
No, that looks good.
I'm looking at your picture now, and it doesn't look bad at all. Looks great.
I don't know. I think if I could get my hair grown out, it would look okay. It's just getting out, so.
Denise says Jack is fading, needs to go to bed. Yeah, don't tell him that. It's 5:45 here.
So you think we're past the time and we should stop?
Oh, Susie asked, what store did you work in at the courtyard? So at the very top, right now there's a Mexican restaurant, I think, there. Mm-hmm. But at the time I was there, it was the Cowpoke Cafe. Yeah. And the people that had bought it were kind of renovated it before we opened it. And so we were painting the whole place, and we were painting little ranch brands on there. And I made like one that was a TJ. And I made several of them that were for us.
And I used to work at Fudgeworks. And when it was Fudgeworks, and that's how we met, I worked with his sister, and she was leaving. And that's how we met.
Yep. At the Fudgeworks of Estes.
Your sister did do one good thing.
Two.
Introduced us.
Well, I mean, and Emily.
Yes. So, all right, guys. Well, have a happy 4th of July.
Yes,
no idea what we're going to do for the 4th of July, but...
Oh, wait.
What?
Wait, stop the presses. Jane said Captain Kangaroo was awesome.
Yeah.
Lisa said, I miss Captain Kangaroo with Mr. Green Jeans.
Yeah, I used to watch that. I love that, too.
So anyway,
yep.
Now that we've gotten back into
We never did find out what we're talking about with Two Family Homestead. Email me, guys, and let me know.
We'll just wing it. Tara usually doesn't know until 5 minutes. Anyway, the Carol Burnett Show. High five, Janet.
Okay, and whose favorite is the Gone with the Wind with the curtains?
Oh, the Tara Jean, the queen.
Good. All right, guys, have a happy 4th of July. Don't blow off your fingers.
Sorry, share a Two Family Homestead. I haven't grilled for a long time because Tara's been doing it, but I can grill, and I used to do it a lot. But Now it's mostly Tara.
Thank you to all of our veterans and all of our veteran spouses.
Yes.
We greatly appreciate what you have done for us.
We do.
We appreciate you. And if the fireworks are too much, get some sound canceling headphones. I don't know if that would work. Big Bear was talking about having PTSD and how that really bothers him. I don't know if that would work. I don't know. I'm sure they've tried it. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a happy 4th of July. We will see you on Wednesday. No idea what I'm making on Wednesday, but we'll let you know Wednesday when we start. So.
All right. Well, we'll see you then.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Happy 4th of July. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Nanny-O.
Jack's faded.
Blow
Dave,
Nan
wake up.
kisses.
It's time to turn off the show.
Blow Nan kisses.
Okay, Facebook's gone. YouTube is ending.
Oh, our one
YouTube
acre says we
gone.
used to play yard darts with the metal